Hey guys, how's it going? So, another week, another mobile suit, and this time we have the Todesritter. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I know a few people will be happy about this. I've heard a lot of people wanting this. Really nice. So, Merry Christmas. Let's see. It is a ground space 650. It does have Hades. It has a ton of weapons. It has incoms that do a tri-blade thing that like go behind you and then come back, which I'm assuming staggers, but does look like it has any stagger buildup. Then you have like the incom barrage cannons, which apparently don't have too much stagger buildup because in the Faz they couldn't stagger me, which I think is a problem because they have a lot of weapons, and from what I could tell, nothing could stagger me. Which, as much as I'd love to bully generals, no bullies here, but it just seemed a little underwhelming. And apparently, its beam rifle has some issues with staggering as well. So, it does have the Bawu shield, which is amazing. I mean, this thing has tons of weapons. But look at those. They fly out, they hit. So let's kind of go back. Oh yeah, it uses the little arms, which kind of make me sad because I think if we get the O, the little arms will probably not do that much. So there is that. So kind of oof there. But its main beam rifle charges. Looks like that has its shot. That seems to do about as much as the Bawu shield does. I think it's literally the same shield. That's why, or even the same shield. I don't know what it is lore. I honestly thought it was a Bawu there for a minute when I first saw it. But 2 beam sabers. Get that good damage. It does have Hades. Remember to use it, because a lot of times when they have anything with Hades, biosensor, exam, they balance it around, making sure that you're using it when you're going in. But yeah, those incoms go around behind and then hit. They look really cool. Seems to stagger, but again, dude, that counter animation is just so good. But yeah, that is it. I want to say it has the shoulder beams there too. They didn't seem to stagger me either, but they fire really fast. I mean, it's got a ton of weapons. And Vulcans, of course. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and talk about this next. They have the normal suit, or experimental... Wait, what is this? Yeah, normal suit G4 Experimental Unit 03. That's pretty cool. If it was a little bit more green, then I would definitely roll on it. That I call that more of a blue, but it's that weird off-green kind of thing where everybody says it's green. I'm tilted, okay? Most recently, Genshin Impact, it's like they're green, and I'm like, no, that's not green. The Adventure Guild, that's green. Okay, anyway, sorry. Alex, Kampfer, Shoes Room Diaz, all got a new level. So 650 Shoes Room Diaz, New Zealand. So that kind of interesting. I don't think it's good enough to really hold its own at that cost, but you get it. It's definitely a cool suit. They did buff the back beam lasers so that you don't get stuck standing there way too long. Kampfer and the Alex 600 level 4s, and the Alex, spoilers, gets a buff. We'll go over the buffs here later. I don't know. I mean, I've seen them be competitive at their 550 cost, both of them. I've seen a lot of at least one Kampfer in 550s. At 600 though, I feel like we're going to see a lot of stuff like the Dryson and the Dobenwolf kind of take their place respectively for being more of a front line or just something that shoots damage. But if these are your suits and you're really good with them, they're great suits, so continue doing well. With that said, there is a banner, wrong word, for the Kampfer and the Alex level 4. So there you go. You got a higher chance of getting that. Not their weapons, but there you go. They also put the weapons in as well. Let's see. Next, we have this big step up. And I've got beef with this step up. I mean, last year, it was just up to the 5 times. I got to the 4 times, got 0 3 stars. And only got a couple of 2 stars, and I'm pretty sure just about everything was duped. It was very sad. this year I'm going to try to record everything and get some other people's results and try to make a video out of it if I can get it done by the weekend. If not, I probably won't, or might do a thing after talking about it, warning people next year. By then it might be too late. But if you're watching this, be very wary of this. You know, 30 times of nothing is still nothing. And I feel like that's the case here. So even at 5 times, your still chance of getting anything is not much. And then there's a lot of repeats from what I've heard. So if you're a new player and you happen to have, 145 tokens because of the half off? Or no, that's 35. 135 tokens, then you can do all 5. One of my alt accounts should be able to get there. If not, I might put in like a couple of dollars to finish it off if it only needs a couple. But yeah, I'm not doing probably no more than 5 if I have to. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Kind of rough. Yeah, I don't know if I can recommend this one or not. But it is going on to the end of the month. So good luck. Anybody who has attempts this. Again, so far I've heard a lot of complaints and bad things, and yeah. That was my experience last year. Cannot recommend. We got the Christmas stuff. There's not a slide here, but we got the cool Zaku head. This is great. Zaku 2 head, and you throw a cracker grenade. It is fantastic, and I just excited my dog. He's now headed this way. And then you got all the other stuff. So if you had the other stuff from last year, you get a bunch of tickets and stuff. I think there was 2 3 stars, 1 2 star, and then the Zaku 2 head, and it allows you to throw the cracker. But I'm pretty sure that's the stars of those. So get those tickets. Woohoo! The adjustments. We'll look at those pretty quick. There's only one big one of note, but yeah, I'll talk about that here in a second. In the ticket shop, we got the Mark II, level 1 and 2. Definitely still insanely strong at level 1 and 2. Go get it. It chunks with its melee. Best rate in the game, even though it's a general. But yeah, for real though, actually I can't really claim that anymore because of the charge. But yeah, just saying. Anyway, the Mark II, really good suit. Get out there, have fun with it. The Act Zaku command type level 3 is now in the ticket shop as well. If you like that suit, go have more fun with that. There you go. Hyper Bazooka Shrapnel, by the way, it gets a buff. I love it now. We'll talk about that here more in a second. Gelgoog Marine Commander type level 2 in the DP store. I just bought that. And the Assault level 1 and 2 G-Line. Both of these, great suits. I like them both. It's DP store. Go try them out. You can just buy them now. And I think they're pretty high ranking, probably. Most likely for the Gelgoog Marine Commander. But once you get it, have some fun. And they didn't really have any fixes. So the fix for the EXS didn't go through. I was kind of surprised about that. But we'll see when they get it in. They definitely know about it. But it must be hard to fix because they weren't expecting it to do what it did. And clan matches, I noticed. Oh, okay. This is the last time. Okay, well, clan matches. Here we go. I don't know why it keeps bringing up the JP version of this, but I can just type in English and it should do it. That's what I did last time. Whoops. Okay, never mind. Oh wait, I didn't change the other. Oh well. So, clan match stuff. This suit looks pretty cool. Got to see it in action today, actually. Why did they... 300, 5v5. Ace. I guess they're bringing it up as a thing that they showed off. Just to kind of show, again, that it's going to be Friday at 4 a.m. rather than Saturday. So, it is on Christmas. For anybody from my clan, it's Christmas. Enjoy your Christmas. Especially Christmas morning like that. A little weird. Unless you're just opening up or waking up a little early before you're opening up anything, then there you go. I probably won't be there, but if I am, then cool. I might be up that early. I don't know. That'll be 7. Yeah, I might be up that early. Then I can play a few games, then take a shower, and then eat food. Sounds good. Something like that. Anyway, responsible quarantining for like 3 weeks of not doing anything. That way I can eat food. Yeah. So, ace match 300 Arctic base 5v5. Good luck. Next week on Saturday. Oh, I thought this one was on a different day too. I thought there was one weird one. I guess it's on Saturday. That's weird. I thought it was on a different thing. Okay. Anyway, 650, 6v6. I'm guessing that's going to be our big raid, and I'm going to say the O. For 650, we need a big raid. Unless they do the Mark V as a raid 650. But I'm guessing the O next week. Next week would be the New Year one. Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, we were talking about how it's the day after because it's the 2nd. So I'm going to say our New Year suit is going to have a different banner thing, and that is going to be the O. So that's my guess. I'm pretty much going to be saying that nonstop. Anyway, and then after that we got a 300 4v4, which I'm glad it's so low. Simple battle, late night one on the 9th, which is going to be awesome. Pretty hyped. I will definitely be doing stuff for that one. So we'll probably be practicing next week, specifically later in the week. For anybody watching from my group. Anyway, last month's buffs. The big 2 things of note is the double Zeta got buffed, and it's still pretty meh. Like it barely got better. Needs another buff. Just saying. Cubile got nerfed, and its damage went up. I mean, the damage didn't get touched, so fair enough. But it's still kind of funny. And the buffer doesn't really seem to change its win rate much on almost anything. So, kind of oof. Mark II actually went up pretty big, so I'm expecting nerfs on this if it stays that way. And, yeah, again, everything else was pretty normal. Now, let's get into the bulk of the rest of this. So here's the buffs. We'll see how long we can, or how short we can make this. And I might do timestamps if I have a chance. So, Gelgoog. 1000 health at all levels. Reduce the switch time for the beam spear. Oh, that's the beam spear. Okay. Interesting. I know they had the Lancer is what they had in the other translation. The missile pod. Level 2 power went up by a little bit. 33. Not too bad. The arm grenade launcher. Power increase by quite a bit. That's actually kind of insane. So 400 or 400, yeah, 400, and reload time to 12 seconds from 15, and the blast range on impact. There's a lot of blast range on impact stuff in this. Reload for its beam rifle grenade launchers down to 12 seconds as well. Gallus J got a slight buff here with 5% in both of its range defense, and it gained 5 thruster for 65. Dom Tropical Test Type. They changed how its downswing is. I tried it out. It's not too bad. It is a little bit more when you downswing, you go forward more, where you're expecting instead of sliding off, but it's still not the craziest. And they also buffed the damage of its downswing. Then they buffed how it moves left and right. So now no matter what direction you're moving, you're pretty much moving at full speed, which is really cool. HP increased by 1,000 at all levels as well. The Alex got a buff, which this is kind of surprising, but this is only level 2 and higher. But still, level 2, I saw it in the DP store, so I bought it because of this buff. You gain 50 damage on its beam rifle, and the focus fire damage has increased as well. The level 2 power from the bazooka has went up by 75, giving it 1650 at all levels higher than 2 and up, rather. And the Gatling cannon also went up. Intensify that barrage, guys. 131 to 145, and from what Chad was saying on the level 3 version of it, he was hitting 280, I think, 275, 280 on the raid. And yeah, looks good. Go bully those raids. Get in there, Gatling. And he was hitting pretty high numbers on the generals as well. Moving on to the Ashimar. The melee modifier went from 12 to 17, and this is also when it's transformed for the Wave Rider bump. Then they buffed its beam rifle, the large beam rifle, its main weapon, on both modes. The heat rate went down by 5, giving it a 30% heat rate. Level 2 and up, power went up by 75. And the level 2 power during focus fire went up. And that is the non-transform mode. In transform mode, the power went up by a bit, only 12. But that's a pretty big boost considering you shoot, I think, 5 shots in that spray that it does. And then increase the power during the level 2 and up focus firing as well. Moving on to the raids. This is pretty big because I've already heard it is pretty awesome to play. Because of this buff, you stagger, I think, in one shot now rather than having to throw another shot to get that stagger off with the GBO2. And so the beam machine gun got buffed. 1 second cooldown time from 1.5. So 1 second, boom, boom. You just keep firing that as fast as you can. And it has 9% so that you can shoot a third shot and you won't just overheat instantly because you're firing too fast. So it now will pretty much feel the same as far as overheating goes. Just don't spam it 3 times, but you can spam 2 shots insanely quick now. Increase the accumulated stagger again. Like I said, it staggers pretty much in 1 shot. Now I don't know what that is on a damage control suit, but we'll talk more about the actual accumulation stagger and the increased values to any of these focusing stuff tomorrow on the podcast. Weapon switching time reduced for the beam saber as well. Palace Athene getting some pretty needed buffs here. 2,000 health. Thank you. I wish the suit next on the list would also get that same health treatment, but yeah, I guess not for some reason. That's really weird because it's pretty much the same size or bigger and has a lot of the same problems. But anyway, increased. Actually, the Palace Athene's even better now than the next suit we're going to talk about. But anyway, I love the next suit. That's why I'm probably freaking out. I also love the Palace Athene. So hype. I don't have the Palace Athene. I want it, but let's go. Anyway, shooting correction. 5% damage increase, going to 55. Granted the precision shelling, so if you crouch you do more damage. Increased the camera positioning while jumping. Oh, so that's just while jumping. Okay. Yeah, interesting that they're changing the camera position. Hopefully it's a lot better, but yeah. Increase the damage modifier against shields for its large missile. Now, that is a second dairy thing. I think that's the missiles on its back. We'll have to check, but if that's that, then you can just destroy shields now probably. I wonder if this is to counter like stuff like the MLRS that just stands there and takes the entire thing. That would be really cool if you could just kill the MLRS shield with one giant missile volley. The twin beam gun, grenade launcher. Ah, okay. So on the it confused me on the Japanese translation. Increase the speed of the bullet when firing. Thank you. I think it was slow as anything to fire. Expanded the blast range at the time of impact as well. That is pretty nice. Now we get into a suit that I wish got some similar treatment, the Hama Hama. They gave it 10 thruster, so you might be able to boost 1 extra time, and I doubt you'll be able to boost a 5th time, even if you invest in it for a lot of thruster, which I tried that and could only get 4. So yeah, I don't think you'll be able to get a 5th with just this 10, but who knows, you might. Increased the HP though by 1,000 at all levels. Again, this thing needs 18 to 20k for sure. Now it's 16,000 at base. I think it's 17,000 on the higher level. Now I could be wrong. I'm actually going to check real quick because I do have the 650, and that's kind of my biggest complaint is the 650 needs a bit more health. So we'll go ahead and see what we have at 650 with this suit. Oh, okay. I can deal actually. Holy crap. I didn't know it was that much of a difference. Okay, I apologize. This thing might be a contender now. That's pretty cool. 22,500 health at level 2. Interesting. I still think it needs a little bit more at level 1 though. But level 2, kinda cool. Okay, okay, I can deal a little bit more. I can deal. I just make it shield to shield and we're good, and I'm in there. 3-barrel mega particle cannon, the shield gun. 90% heat rate instead of 95. That doesn't really change the thing hardly on really any suits. It's, I don't know. It's weird when they just do that 5% because if you go back to it quick enough and you need to fire it, you're still going to overheat. But they did lower it because they changed the the focusing time to 3 seconds, which is normally why they do it. But most of the time, I'm pretty sure I'd never get to fire it twice quick enough to where it's not going to overheat. So maybe they've got something in there. I don't know. So this one's interesting and this one's funny. I have to read the text on this one. Missile launcher. We have cooldown time reduced. I don't know why they have that. That's the reload time. It's a missile thing. Oh, wait, no, sorry. The cooldown time per shot. My bad. The reload time, it has been reduced as well to 12 seconds. I forgot which one came in what order. And the time between shots, instead of being like the G3 rocket launchers, it now has 6 seconds. Still not enough, I'm just saying. But listen to this. First of all, this weapon was not used as much as it expected. So that we decided to adjust some aspects to make it competitive. This weapon was less used than expected because of the cooldown time, the reload time, and the less damage dealt, attributed to the previous mentioned reasons. To improve this, cooldown time and reload time reduced to make it easy to deal more damage. It still doesn't have enough, and it's a missile instead of a cannon that can just get there, or the sniper, or anything else that you're going to use, or the bazooka that's just better. Now, maybe on the Gundam EZ8, you might be able to get away with it, depending on what bazooka it has to use. Might be the only suit, but the weapons rack, still no contest. The sniper, maybe. We'll have to do some testing. But yeah, it still feels really ripped. Just saying. They need to make it work like the boombox. It just needs to be a boombox version that is a Federation version. Just saying. But anyway, clay bazooka shrapnel. Here we go. My favorite gun to use on the Mark II, the Rick Diaz, the Barzam, both the clay bazooka shrapnel and the hyper bazooka shrapnel. Now they both got a little bit different buffs, but they are pretty awesome now because they got the same buff that was needed. So, they got expanded shrapnel hits, hitbox, and diffuse area. Now the thing is, you can miss a couple of more, but it seems you can hit more as well. So, you're definitely going to be hitting more than you used to, but you might miss a couple of the shots. Moving around, just shooting at the AI a little bit, I was hitting a lot more than what I used to. Now again, against the AI, there's not really lag or anything involved. So that was probably a lot of it, but at the same time, it felt amazing compared to what it used to. And I love the shrapnel bazooka, just saying. So, for the clay bazooka version, this is the one on the Rick Diaz, and I forget the other suit, but the damage was increased to 110. Oh wait, I think the Shoes Room Diaz is what can use it, right? Maybe? That would make sense. But the damage was increased to 110 from 100 at all levels. Reloaded, so it gained 10 damage. Reload time down to 10 seconds from 12. Increased the accumulation of stagger, which is kind of interesting. So the Rick Diaz version has a bit more damage and a bit more stagger accumulation just outright. And then they make it reload faster. Whereas the Hyper Bazooka, you kind of have a bit more burst, I think. Well, over a little bit longer period of time. Because they gained 2 ammo. Now, I'm curious to know if they're going to ever switch one of these or swap another one. But this is a cool little difference. You actually shoot more shots outright before you have to reload and wait. Whereas the other one, you do a little bit more damage for a quicker burst. And you can stagger a little bit faster. So I feel like the clay bazooka might be the better one out of the two here. And actually, there's a list of suits they can use: the Hyakushiki, the Shuzuru Diaz, the Rick Diaz, the Dija SER. I didn't know that could use it. That's awesome. And the Zero Shiki. Yeah, I might try it on the Dija if I ever get the SER. The Shuzuru Diaz, of course. The Hyakushiki is what I use it on, and the Rick Diaz. So that'd be cool. The other one though is just the Barzam and the Mark II. So we'll see how that works. I can't wait to play some Barzam. And the missile torpedo launcher for the Aqua GM and the Aqua type Gundam got buffed already. 5-second reduced reload time, so 15 seconds now instead of 20, and expanded the blast radius for the time of impact for its missiles. That's kind of cool. I haven't really used it. We'll see how that feels for people. But anyway, guys, this has been a long one. Let me know in the comments what you think about all these buffs, everything we've got, and, well, this has been the Christmas event. So, yeah, looks like we'll be going into, actually, it'll still be December next week. I don't know what we'll get. I'm saying the O, though. Because it'll be the 31st. I guess, will it be the 1st for them? I still think it'll be the 31st, right? Yeah, it'll be the 31st. Interesting. I'm guessing the O. Let me know what you guys think it'll be. But yeah. Oh, one last thing real quick. The podcast might be starting early. We're going to play it by ear tomorrow. So if you missed that, it'll probably be up on Saturday is what I'm guessing, because Christmas is Friday. That'll be it for this one, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, all that usual links in the description below. But anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good one. Peace!